Hello, I'm Van Carson, a member of the Coast Guard Shore Transition Asset Team located within the Shore Infrastructure Logistics Center in Norfolk, Virginia. The following information is an instructional guide for completing the Equipment Enrollment Form, or EEF. The Equipment Enrollment Form is used to collect and record equipment into the Coast Guard Shore Asset Management System, or SAM. It is imperative that newly installed equipment is correctly documented on this form to ensure correct and accurate information is entered into SAM. This information will be the basis for establishing a preventative maintenance program for the newly installed equipment and the facility that it was installed in. The EEF has two tabs. Tab 1 is the form itself and has a number of columns that must be filled in. Some of this information comes from the specific equipment that was installed, and some information is pulled from Tab 2. Tab 2 is the maintenance requirements list and includes a complete list of equipment that the Coast Guard requires to be enrolled in SAM. Similar equipment is grouped together for ease of use. Column A denotes whether this is a new piece of equipment that must be enrolled in SAM or a piece of equipment that was demolished and must be removed from SAM. Put new in column A if it's a newly installed piece of equipment, and input the existing equipment number from SAM if the equipment was demolished. Column B is for the Uniformat 2 Level 4 identifier. This can be found in column K on tab 2 for the corresponding piece of equipment. Uniformat 2 Level 5 numbers are used for utility systems such as water, electric, or gas distribution. They allow the Coast Guard to track down to individual pieces of equipment for those utility systems, such as a pump or valve. Column C is the equipment description, and this is taken from column AE on tab 2. And if there's an equipment tag number or designated associated with that equipment, use it, such as AHU1 or VAV3-10. Columns D and E denote the location of equipment and the physical location. If you have the Coast Guard Real Property Unique Identifier, you can use the RPU ID, but location names such as Station Building, Multi-Mission Building, or Coast Guard Exchange are acceptable. Column E is the physical location or room number inside of the building, such as room 215 or mechanical room, or second floor northwest corner, and use exterior for anything outside of the building. Columns F, G, and H are for the manufacturer's name, model number, and if known, the serial number. The manufacturer's name and model number are mandatory to fill in, and the serial number is optional. Column I is the installation date and is the date the Coast Guard took possession of the equipment through beneficial occupancy. Columns J and K are the purchase price and the replacement cost, respectively. The purchase price is the price of the installed equipment to include all material, labor, equipment, and overhead, whereas the replacement cost, column K, is just the cost to replace the material. These costs don't have to be exact to the penny, but get as close as you can, such as Air Handler 1's purchase price is $175,000 and the replacement cost is $105,000. The $175 is everything it costs for you to install it, and the $105 is the cost for the Coast Guard to buy a new one. Column L is the warranty expiration date, and in most cases is 1 year from the installation date or the BOD. Some equipment such as compressors, roofs, or other electrical mechanical equipment may carry longer warranties of 2 years, 5 years, or 20 years. Adjust this date accordingly. Column M is for the equipment attributes, which is the nameplate data and can be found in columns AK through AX on tab 2. You can see there are various attributes such as square footage, tank capacity, fuel type, etc. Sometimes there will be a second or third attribute. List those too. Column N is the Coast Guard SAM job plan. This is the preventative maintenance plan and periodicity, and you'll find that in column W of tab 2. The job plan is a 4-digit number followed by the periodicity. Some equipment contain multiple job plans. List all of them as shown in column W. Column O is the PM start date, and that is something that the Coast Guard will fill in. There are 2 additional columns, P and Q, and they are for recording longitude and latitudes of utility system equipment, such as a gas control valve, gas storage tank, or gate valve. Coast Guard is now utilizing GIS mapping software to record utility systems, and the longitude and latitude is needed for annotating those items. Now that you're familiar with the columns on the form and where to find the information on tab 2, let's fill out a row. On tab 1, we know that the equipment we are rolling is new, so we can fill in new in column A. Many of projects include a generator, so let's go find one of those. On tab 2, you'll notice that the list of equipment has been grouped into similar items for ease of use. Scroll down until you find emergency generators lighting. The generator we'd like to enroll is a 100 kVA Generac diesel generator, so we need to locate which item in this list matches our generator. If you scroll down, I see that rows 427, 428, and 429 contain generators. So which one of these three should we use? If we scroll over to column U, the first generator is shown as up to 15 kVA. The second one listed is for over 15 kVA. Our generator is 100 kVA, so let's choose the second one. Then grab the Uniformat Level 4 number, which is located in column K, and input that into column B. It is G409003. Next, we need to get the equipment description on tab 2, which is in column AE, and is shown as emergency generator. Location is a multi-mission building, so we'll put MMB. And the generator is located outside of the building, so we'll put exterior for physical location. The manufacturer is Generac. The model number is D4.5F.1. And we know the serial number, so we'll put that in as 30130826444. The installation date should match BOD, which, for example, will be June 2nd, 2025. The purchase price, which includes everything, is $152,181. And the replacement cost, just the material, is $97,000. The generator carries a standard warranty of 1 year. So 1 year from BOD is June 1st, 2026. Now we must fill in attributes. We'll have to go to tab 2 and scroll over to AK and AL. And it says that the attribute size unit of measure is kVA, and it has an attribute of fuel type. We know both those things. So back to tab 1, we'll put in 100 kVA and diesel. And you can separate those attributes by comma. Lastly, we need to get these job plans for column N, and those are found in tab 2, column W. So we see that those two job plans are 10195-M and 10198-A. This means that there's a monthly and an annual preventative maintenance job plan. PM start date will leave blank because the Coast Guard will fill that in. And this is not a Uniformat 2 level 5 piece of equipment, so we can skip filling in the longitude and latitude in columns P and Q. Filling out the equipment enrollment form isn't difficult, but the hard work is matching up what you've installed with the corresponding item on tab 2. When you think you've included everything, do a second check through the categories and equipment on tab 2 and ensure that you haven't missed anything. For items like emergency lights, fire extinguishers, light poles, you'll need to list each and every one on tab 1. They are enrolled and tracked separately in SAM. It's best to load a few items onto the sheet and send it to your CPM and stat for an initial review. That way, errors can be corrected before making that error 200 more times. It's not uncommon to have 200 to 300 items on a 30,000 square foot multi mission building. If you have any questions about this process, feel free to reach out to your CPM or stat. Finally, the Coast Guard requires this submittal as part of the 017800 closeout specification and is ideally completed and submitted on or before the 80% construction complete date. The form could be filled in as early as you've purchased all of the equipment. What we must avoid is submitting this after BOD. This information must be entered into SAM prior to the customer taking possession of the facility. If you have any questions related to this training or completing the form, please reach out to STAT via the shared inbox. Thank you.